mind me, I'm just kind of rearranging my posters to fit my current interests. Ta-da! I think that's a little better. Hey everyone! I just got stuck in an hour's worth of traffic driving from Culver City to, where are we? Burbank. So we're at the Warner Brothers lot and we're gonna watch a screening of Crazy Rich Asians. I just finished the book like a few days ago. It was literally a page turner and I couldn't put it down, so I'm really psyched to watch the movie and see how everything comes to life on the screen! Woo! But we're late. We're literally late. Just trying to like run into the building. Just got out of the showing and I'm emotional. I cried like 3 times. I gotta compose my thoughts. It was amazing. It was amazing to just see Asian faces on the screen and have a full Asian cast. But first, in and out. So I just got home from the Crazy Rich Asians screening. I'm gonna try not to be too loud because my roommates are sleeping and it's a little bit late. It's like 2 in the morning almost. So anyways, I just have a lot of thoughts and I really want to share them with you. Okay, raw thoughts. I loved the movie. I'm gonna go into detail about why I liked it so much. This movie is extremely important in the way that it portrays Asians as multidimensional people, because for the past few decades we've been seeing Asians being portrayed in Hollywood as the sidekick, nerdy smart girl, the techie guy, the non-masculine Asian male, the chick who knows kung fu. Or, you know, weirdly enough and very recently, the Asian chick that has like colored highlights in her hair. I don't know why that's a thing. So glad I don't have those. The timeline jumps were done seamlessly and I loved the way the movie opened. It literally felt like I was reading each page but in a different art medium. It was so cool. We had a story starring independent women who worked their asses off to get to where and what they wanted. Having just read the book, I really liked the film adaptation. There were things that were left out, such as Eleanor going to Shenzhen with her friends, or Colin faking a medical emergency to escape from his own bachelor's party and flat whites, but I can understand the impracticality of getting all of that filmed. The story and narrative still flowed very well. One interesting thing about the film I thought was the way they portrayed Michael, because in the book I actually kind of empathized with him because he was totally crippled under the pressures of being married to a woman who's so capable and so wealthy. But I thought it was really interesting that the movie portrayed him as basically a complete villain. But then again, I haven't read China Rich Girlfriend yet, so who knows, maybe he's actually a literal asshole, so yeah. Also, I really like the setup. I wish they teased it a little bit more, but the little glance at Astrid and Charlie, I just wanted to see more interaction between Astrid and Charlie. And okay, there may have been some parts that I think I usually would consider corny, but because all the acting and the portrayals were done so genuinely, definitely let some things slide. For me, growing up speaking both Mandarin and Cantonese, it was absolutely amazing hearing my mother tongues spoken on the big screen. I laughed at Michelle Yeoh's lines and her borderline Cantonese swearing because come on, express yourself, love. Also, in a world where Asian men aren't usually portrayed as sexually desirable, not masculine, and weak, this movie does a great job in debunking all of those stereotypes. I mean, how many six-packs did I see in this movie? Not that I'm complaining or anything. Anyways, Awkwafina was hilarious, and having her dad being played by Ken Jeong, talk about a match made in casting heaven. And I especially loved the little things, like the way Kevin Kwan described food in the novel. He was so detailed about it. All of the annotations describing every delicious Asian delicacy. I swear, when I read the book, it made me hungry at points, and it translated so well into the big screen. Like when Michelle Yeoh was in the kitchen talking to all of the cooks, I was laughing so much too, because like I've heard those conversations before. I've heard aunties talk like that. The way they were making the food, I was just like, this is literally food porn. It was so aesthetic. And the music was so thoughtfully curated. I love the throwbacks featuring old-style Shanghai songs and the canto cover of Madonna's Material Girl, because it was very necessary. All of it was very necessary. And my personal favorite song that was featured in the movie was when Piglet and Rachel were driving in a literal matte sports car with the song My New Swag, 我的心意 by Vava, who's this like killin' Chinese rapper. And The badassery that is Lisa Liu, 91-year-old Lisa Liu. I googled that afterwards. I wouldn't have been able to tell that she was 91. In my mind when I was reading the book, I totally thought of her just like this. A little bit like a dowager Cixi. How regal she was. Her presence is known just as she walks into a room. And having the continuity of her being in the last movie that Hollywood made about Asians, Jola Club, and having her be in Crazy Rich Asians today, I just think that's absolutely amazing. And her Beijing Mandarin accent was just perfection. It reminded me a little bit of my grandma who spoke with a Beijing Mandarin accent also. Okay, not to get all romantic on you, okay, but actually to get full-on romantic on you, because I have watched enough John M2 interviews and other cast interviews to know that they wanted to use Crazy Rich Asians to bring back the romantic comedy. But this movie at its crux reminded me of the strength of love. All different types of love. Eleanor loved her son so much, and she genuinely thought she was protecting him and her family that she worked so hard to build by telling him that he could not marry Rachel. Rachel and Nick's love, despite the complexities of Nick's family, is simple and beautiful. Rachel loves Nick so much that she is willing to give him up in order to allow him to have a relationship with his family. And in turn, Nick is willing to sacrifice his relationship with his family in order to start a new life with Rachel. And the bond between Rachel and her mom, I cried when her mom came to visit her in Singapore and comfort her. This is just a personal thing because I can relate so much because I also have a single mom and I grew up as an Asian American, and that type of bond, just like seeing that on screen and also having them be Asian like me, it's something I've never seen before. This movie really feels like the start of something big, and I can't wait to see what other projects will be shared in the future. I'm also hoping and believing that this type of representation will spread across all types of entertainment. It's opening weekend, and I encourage you to get off your butt and go watch Crazy Rich Asians. I know I'm definitely going to be seeing it again next week, so yeah. Feel free to hit the thumbs up button, follow me on the interwebs, and subscribe. Please. Whoa, my name.